telling you, how about them Cowboys? All of you watching this video, I am a happy man today after watching my Cowboys thoroughly manhandle both the offense of the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. Not an easy thing to do to go up into Seattle and beat the Seahawks at home. Russell Wilson was contained. Marshawn Lynch was contained except for one 34-yard dash. Completely contained. And the Cowboys defense, which everybody, including myself, expected to be shoddy at best, completely handled the Seattle Seahawks offense. Awesome job. We didn't play perfect. We had a couple of miscues. Travis Frederick on the snap to Tony Romo with a fumble. We lost the ball. And the guy, our special teams basically, Dwayne Harris, muffed that punt deep in our own territory with 15, 16-yard line and allowed the Seahawks to jump right back in it and tie the game at that point. So a couple of big miscues that could have cost us a game put a lot more pressure on our defense when that happened. But on the Harris fumble, they scored a touchdown. I mean, he's only 16 yards away and had a nice run by Wilson for the score. But then when we fumbled the ball on, I believe it was our 18-yard line from Frederick to when he snapped the ball early to Romo, we held him to a field goal. Absolutely outstanding. I never expected that. And we almost got an interception. I believe it was Kyle Wilbur almost caught that interception when Wilson was under extreme pressure and basically just threw it up. And had Wilbur caught that, he would have been gone for a touchdown. There was nobody in front of him. So Wilson's extremely lucky that didn't happen. But Seattle is the Seahawks. They're still a damn good team. All hats off to Seattle. They played their hearts out, and they played a good game. Dallas played a better game. Dallas had a couple of miscues and still ended up winning the game. Now, I don't know, guys. Just a fabulous game. I give my hats off again to DeMarco Murray on a 115-yard performance today. That makes 6 games in a row where he's rushed for 100 yards or more, tying a 56-year-old record set by Jim Brown way back in 1958, way back before even I was born. Amazing. If DeMurray keeps this up, he is going to set all kinds of records. People keep talking about his durability, and, if they keep doing this, they're going to break him. He sure is looking strong so far, though, 6 games into the season. You could see that early on, Dallas was trying to give Murray some relief by, giving the ball to Dallas gave the ball to Randall 5 times, who had over 10 yards per rush, including that long 38-yard dash. So Dallas tried to and they also gave the ball to Dunbar once as well, but he got hit for a 4-yard loss. Still, Murray, 29 attempts that he ran the ball, and then he also had 6 grabs for passes as well. So 35 times Murray touched the ball today. I think Murray's holding up pretty well. I would like to see him start trying to give him a little more relief, start trying to run Randall a little bit more. I mean, he had over 10 yards per rush on average today against a number 1 rated rushing defense in Seattle. So I think we can go ahead and start giving Murray a little bit of a break. But my hat's off to everybody. Again, even giving the hats off to Murray on setting that record, he would not have been able to do that had Dallas not spent their first-round picks 3 of the last 4 years on offensive linemen. Tyron Smith back in, I think, 2011, sorry. And 2012, I believe, was when we got Mo Claiborne. And then 2013, in the draft, we picked up Travis Frederick, who a lot of people scoffed and laughed at. Turned out pretty good pick. And then this year, of course, 2014 draft, we got Zach Martin to shore up our offensive linemen. Parnell had to come in for an injured Doug Free, who was taken off on a stretcher. I hope he's okay. I haven't heard anything yet, but hopefully he's okay. Parnell did pretty good for the last fourth quarter, opened up some holes and did well, in that last part of the game. But hopefully he can hold up. Should Doug Free not be able to come back sometime soon. Hats off to Des Bryant, amazing catches again. Tony Romo for not throwing any critical interceptions. He made no mistakes. You can't blame him for anything today. He made a couple of amazing plays, got out of the way of extreme pressure a couple of times, and especially on that 3rd down and 20 when Dallas needed it. Dallas could not afford to punt the ball there. And, they had to go down and score, too. They were behind 23-20. So they had to score 3rd down and 20, and he hit Williams on a scramble. Toss up. Williams made an unbelievable catch, almost as amazing as Des Bryant's catch last week, because he had to reach for the ball and snag both feet down in bounds. Absolutely brilliant coordination by Terrence Williams on that play. And for a second-year receiver, Williams is holding his own really well. He's a speedy guy, and I would have to say that I'm going to give our game ball, though, on this to both the defense and our offensive line. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to give my game ball to the whole damn team because the whole team played really well. We couldn't have done it without our offensive linemen, though. And this brings me back again to the draft this year when Jerry Jones wanted to take Manziel so bad. And he even admitted it. I think it was sometime around the first game of the year when Dallas lost to San Francisco. Jerry Jones comes up and says, "Oh, yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm mad that we didn't get Manziel. I'm mad as hell." I know I saw that article. Jerry Jones was talking about how he's so damn mad that they didn't get Johnny Manziel to compete with Romo. Come on, Jerry. It's a good thing you had guys there like your son, like Jason Garrett, to talk you out of Manziel and to get in Zach Martin. Look at what that's done for your team. Look at the protection that gives Romo. And look at the holes that opens up for DeMarco Murray. If Dallas hadn't drafted Zach Martin, I guarantee you they would. I don't think there's a chance they'd be 5-1 right now. Not a chance. If they had Manziel and not Zach Martin from the first round, I don't think there's a chance in hell Dallas would be where they at, and I don't think they would have won today. That offensive line is the key, in my opinion. Now, I also want to give Rob Marinelli huge credit for coming in as a defensive coordinator and doing the job he's done with the defense that he has. Rob Ryan couldn't do that with a defense, with a better defense, with DeMarcus Ware and company. Look what happened with him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hats off to the whole Cowboys team, the coaches, Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, offensive coordinator this year, the whole team, coaches. The only beef I have is the 2 turnovers on the special teams. Special teams play when we gave up the blocked punt that allowed Seattle to score, and then the special teams when Harris muffed that punt for a fumble on the 16-yard line and gave the Seahawks a easy score. We're lucky those muffs and those special teams plays between the blocked punt of ours and the muffed punt that gave Seattle an easy score and the snap from Frederick to Romo that lost us the ball on our own 18-yard line. We're lucky as hell that we didn't lose the game with those 3 plays. But I think that shows you the quality of team Dallas is now. To have 3 plays like that, to be playing in Seattle against the world champions, and Dallas comes through with a win. Look at the drive Romo had there to go back and win the game. 3rd down and 20. He led that offense down to win the game. Unbelievable. Yeah, you can't get much more clutch than Tony Romo has been lately in these games. Talk about clutch. That's driving your team down. I think they started at, the 7-yard line when they was down 23-20. they got that penalty, and I think they was backed up to their 7 or 8 yard line. And Romo helped drive them all the way down. DeMarco Murray finished it off with a touchdown. But Romo was clutch as hell in that game, especially on like 3rd down and 20 on that pass to Williams, being able to dodge all those. If he would have got sacked there, he would have got tripped up, or if he would have thrown it incomplete there, Dallas would have been punting down 3 from deep in their own territory. That probably would have lost in the game. You don't get much more clutch than Romo's been lately. So I am so, like I said earlier in July with my video on Romo, I am so sick of all the Romo naysayers. Romo is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and he has been for a long time. He's just never had the protection that he's had lately, or the spirited defense that he's had this year. Makes a big difference. So, one other thing I want to talk about is I talked about it in a previous video before this weekend. I told you that I expected Dallas to win. I think I predicted the score to be 27-23. Hey, I was pretty close. But here's the thing. I also predicted that Cole Beasley would be the breakout star in the offense. And I didn't know that Murray would get the 100 yards. I said I didn't know. But Cole Beasley wasn't a breakout receiver on offense. Again, it was, I'd say, Williams, Des Bryant, for sure. Escobar caught a nice touchdown pass. But Murray, again, in the offensive line, Romo, I give credit to everybody. Amazing job, an amazing win. But I said earlier this week that if Dallas went into Seattle and shocked Seattle like they did today, I told you guys that I've been through this before. I seen this in the 90s when I was a Cowboy fan, and everybody hated the Cowboys. There was like no Cowboy fans, especially here in Idaho. As soon as Dallas started doing well, all these Cowboy fans that, were crawling out of the dark saying, oh, I've been a Cowboys fan all my life. Oh, I've been a Cowboys fan forever. I'd never heard that when the Cowboys were 1-15, or when the Cowboys had Tom Landry and went 3-13, or even the next year when they drafted Aikman and they went 1-15. No, the Cowboys were the laughing stock, and I was basically ridiculed heavily in high school. I think I was in the 10th grade, 11th grade. When Dallas went 1-15, yeah, I was laughed at hard for liking the Cowboys and for wearing Cowboys jerseys. Even my best friend ridiculed me all the time for liking the Cowboys. I remember, I guess they liked me because they picked on me quite a bit. I mean, I wasn't like, picked on like a little nerd was or something like that. But I still remember back then, 10th grade, 9th grade, whatever it was, when I guess I was, how old was I? I guess it was the 11th grade when Cowboys went 1-15. But I still remember those years riding the school bus home. We lived in a small town, and everybody knew that I liked the Cowboys. And I still remember a couple of times when we was riding the bus home, I was sitting in the back of the bus, and everybody, just a couple of guys would start saying, Cowboys suck, Cowboys suck, Cowboys suck. And then pretty soon the whole bus would chant it, just looking for my reaction to see how upset I'd get, being a Cowboys fan. And it was bad enough having to watch the Cowboys during those years when, we went 3-13, Landry's last year. And then when they drafted Aikman had absolutely no help. I remember when they traded Herschel Walker away, and I got laughed at even more for that. The Cowboys, I figured the Cowboys made a good trade. I saw all the draft picks and stuff like that. But then I go to school the next day, and everybody's saying, oh, my God, Dallas is so idiotic. They just got a new owner and a new coach, and they go, and what do? They trade away their best player, their only good player. They traded him away. Well, you saw how the trade turned out, but I still remember right after that trade, everybody thought the Cowboys were retarded and stupid for doing that. No, the Cowboys were brilliant for making that trade against Minnesota. Minnesota was the ones that were retarded for trading that many players and that many draft picks away to the Cowboys. But yeah, I've been through some hard times, and I've been through the times when I was the only Cowboy fan in my school, and I was ridiculed so hard to when the Cowboys started winning, and then all of a sudden half my school was Cowboy fans. And those bandwagoners. So, let me know down in the comments if you're a bandwagoner. Let me know if you've been a Cowboys fan all your life, whatever it is. Let me know how long you've been a Cowboys fan. Be honest. If you're just starting to get into the Cowboys now, and maybe you hated them last year, you've been hated them for a long time, and now you're starting to see that they're kind of cool, put that down in the comments. Be honest. Tell me that, hey, I've never really liked the Cowboys, but now I'm starting to see, they're pretty sweet, they're pretty sweet. Whatever it is, whatever you think, or maybe you still hate them. Maybe you're a Seattle Seahawks fan that's just ticked off beyond belief about what happened. There's a couple of bad calls there in the game that probably should have went against Dallas. That last drive of Seattle definitely should have been a hold on Barry Church there. It wasn't anywhere near where Wilson threw the ball on fourth down. I think it was I don't know what it was, fourth down and something, and 4th and 8, I think, 4th and 6. And Russell Wilson threw the ball away, and on the other side, Barry Church definitely should have had a defensive hold on him. I'm not saying that would have won the game for Seattle. It only would have been a 5-yard penalty, but it would have given a new set of downs, and who knows? You know, they still had no timeouts and under a minute left, and they would have had to score a touchdown even to tie the game. But still, there was a couple of calls there. I mean, they were not horrible calls, but a couple of calls that Dallas got breaks on. But, you know, Seattle had their breaks. Seattle had the fumbles that they was able to get away from the Cowboys. Seattle should have won the game with the breaks that they had, to be honest with you. Playing in Seattle, you guys got to give, you Seattle fans got to give Cowboys credit for what credit's due, and that's this game. No matter who you're a fan of, you got to give the Cowboys credit. Like I said in my last video, I showed it in my last video that I just made yesterday. On SB Nation, they actually took a chart of a whole bunch of different websites, like 7 or 8 different websites, and all the NFL experts' analysis and analyzers and everything like that, predicting this game before the game. 65 expert predictions. 64 of them predicted the Seahawks would win. Only one of those NFL experts predicted the Cowboys would win. So not a whole lot of people were expecting Dallas to go up into Seattle and do what they did today, and that's win the game. And I got to say, I'm proud of my Cowboys. I know that every other Cowboy fan out there that's a real Cowboy fan is damn proud as well and holding a smile on their face. It's going to make it a lot easier to go into work tomorrow on Monday morning with a win like that than some of the Monday mornings we've went into work over the past, 12, 15 years? More than that. Yeah, probably 99, 98, probably 16 years we've been putting up with either crap from the Cowboys or mediocrity at best. So this was awesome revenge. This is also awesome revenge for Romo to get this defeat against Seattle after what happened back in 2006, his first year of actually starting to play for the Cowboys when they made it into the playoff game, and you know he muffed that game-winning field goal and tried to run it in and didn't get it. So, you know, hats off to Romo for delivering an awesome performance, very couple of clutch drives. He played brilliantly. Romo is a leader, and I don't care what you guys say about Romo not being a leader. Romo is a hell of a leader. Look at how he directs traffic. Look at how he takes charge. I'm happy to see Romo when he has a miscue with a receiver. He's not doing what he has done in past years where he's over there pointing his finger at the receiver's chest and screaming and holler at him for national TV. I haven't seen him do that this year. Granted, the Cowboys haven't really lost a lot of games, but I don't like seeing that from Romo. That was the one big beef I had with him, was when he did, you know, throw an interception or missed a receiver or whatever, he'd be over there pointing his finger at the receiver and acting like he's yelling at him. Haven't seen that from Romo, and that makes me really happy. That was the one biggest beef I had with him. And I told you back in July that the reason that he threw those critical interceptions in critical games was because he was having to do too much. This year, he doesn't have to do so much. It doesn't feel like the whole game is on his shoulders. He has a defense out there that's playing really well now. They don't have the big names, but they're out there playing as a team, and they're hustling to the ball, and they're doing well. He has an offensive line now, and Romo isn't having to put the whole damn game on his shoulders every game, and you see the difference this year. The Cowboys are winning games. Romo is getting less pressure. Romo is making better passes in clutch situations. It's because the team is playing as a team now. It's not all dependent on one or two guys. So I love to see that. I'm happy as hell to see this, and I haven't been this happy with my Cowboys since the 1990s. Probably 16, 18 years is the last time I had this big of a smile on my face after watching a Cowboy game. I love seeing it. I really, really, really love seeing this, and you know, it's awesome. The one thing I have a beef with as far as the Cowboys, and I do want to talk about this. I never have any videos about this, and this is to, I don't know who this is to on the Cowboys, but last year, I think it was last year, 2013, I believe. If it wasn't 2013, it was 2012. Dallas had a hell of a receiver on their roster in preseason. Andre Holmes, big, 6 foot, I think 6'4", like Des Bryant. Big, showed awesome talent, and did nothing but pour his heart out trying to make the Cowboys team. And the Cowboys let Andre Holmes go. And now you see what he's doing for the Raiders. Outstanding receiver. I think today he had 4 catches for like 123 yards. He's had a couple of other big games for the Raiders as well this season. And Dallas let this guy go last year. I believe it was last year in preseason is when they had Holmes on their team. And they should have kept him. If I'm wrong about 2013, it was 2012. But Dallas saw the talent Andre Holmes had when he was on their team. I'm not saying Dallas doesn't have good receivers right now, but man, could you imagine if they had a receiver like Holmes on their team as well now to go along with Des Bryant and Terrence Williams and then Cole Beasley, number 4? Could you imagine having those kind of targets? Andre Holmes, credit to you, buddy. You didn't make the Cowboys, but you are proving yourself and you are proving the Cowboys wrong for not holding on to you. Yeah, I really liked Andre Holmes when Dallas had him in their camp on preseason, and he showed nothing but heart. I was shocked when Dallas didn't find a way to keep Holmes on their team. So, Dallas hasn't done perfect, but overall, they made a very wise choice by selecting Zach Martin at, offensive guard. I bet you we don't hear any more about Jerry Jones about how he's so pissed off that they went with Zach Martin and didn't take Johnny Manziel. Yeah, I bet you he'll shut up about that now, won't he? Yeah, Jerry Jones can definitely be a little bit annoying, especially for Cowboys fans. I like the fact that he's winning now. I know he's the owner of the team, but he's made some good choices here, and he's got some good guys in there. Rob Manelli, the offensive coordinator, he's taken a lot of the workload off of Jason Garrett, the head coach, and let Jason Garrett be a head coach rather than doing offensive coordinating and coaching. So that's nice to see. But I think Cowboys are starting to turn some heads. Let me know in the comments, guys, if Dallas is finally starting to turn your heads. Even I didn't believe this. At the start of the season, I predicted the Cowboys to go 4-12 because I didn't think the defense would hold up. And I didn't know the offensive line with Zach Martin was going to be as solid as it has been already, so quick. I had never believed, if I would have known that Murray was going to have an outstanding running game, then I definitely wouldn't have picked the Cowboys to go 4-12. But they made a nice change. Lenahan has come in as the offensive coordinator and stuck to running the ball, which I didn't believe because in the past for the Lions and stuff like that, he's been mostly pass-oriented. So for him to come in and start running the ball and stay committed to that and staying balanced is nice to see. I wouldn't have predicted that. And that's why I predicted the Cowboys to go 4-12. And now they've already won 5 games. Now, before you get your hopes up too much, the Cowboys are probably going to be due to lose one of these games that everybody expects the Cowboys to win. They have a couple of easy games here. They're probably going to lose one of those. And they're probably going to lose at least 1 or 2 to their division rivals, the Giants, Redskins, Eagles, for sure. Don't matter how good you are, your division rivals can always play the hell out of you. So, don't be surprised if Dallas loses an easy game that everybody thinks they should win to a division rival or to somebody else. But Dallas, I think, proved today with their win in Seattle that they're for real. They can hold their own against any team in the NFL anywhere in America. If they can win in Seattle, they can beat you anywhere. And they even had some miscues today that probably should have cost them the game, and they still won. They had the punt block for a touchdown early on. They had 2 fumbles deep in their own territory. One was the 16-yard line. I think the other one was the 18-yard line. And they only gave up 10 points because of their outstanding play of their defense. And Dallas still won, even with the miscues and special teams that they had today. They still beat Seattle in Seattle. If that isn't enough to turn heads, I don't know what is. Like I say, I expect there to be a few more Cowboys fans to start coming out of the dark now. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this game? Are you a Cowboys fan? Are you a Colts fan? Who's your team? What do you think of the Cowboys? Are the Cowboys for real now? Have they convinced you? Or do you still think they're going to screw it up? Do you think Romo is going to screw the whole season up when it gets to December? A lot of people say Romo chokes in December when it counts. Well, I'm hoping that we kind of have the playoff spot wrapped up before we even get there. But I still say Romo is the real deal, and I'm saying with the team he's got now, unless they just completely fall apart, he's going to prove that he's a real quarterback come clutch time in the playoffs as well. He just needs the team around him. So hats off to everybody on the Cowboys. Defense, offense, special teams, coaches, everybody. Hats off to the Cowboys. Job well done. A game well deserved, and a big W in the W column for Dallas, who's now 5-1 with a little bit easier schedule the next few weeks anyway. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching this video. I didn't want, I don't know if I'm going to put up the pictures or not. I may just leave the Cowboy star up there. Figure if you're going to watch this video or listen to this video, it's not going to matter about the pictures anyway. But please let me know down in the comments. Please rate my video, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you think. And please subscribe to me if you haven't already subscribed, especially if you enjoy this video. That way you know when I make new videos. I will be covering the Cowboys and my fantasy league all year. So definitely watch for that. Thanks again, everybody. This is Zaxter99, and I am a happy man today, and I know there's a lot of other happy Cowboy fans as well out there. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care.